You're in Canva having a great time, being inspired, you've chosen a font and you love it, but it doesn't quite have the presence you need on the page. So you select your font to make it bold and look up in the options bar, but it's grayed out. What do? There's an easy workaround. When you're creating designs, the text needs to be clear and easy to read. There are a couple of standard ways that we achieve this: size, contrast, plain background, and make it bold. The size of this text looks great. It's big enough without being overpowering. So that gets a tick. The next thing is contrast. The text is light and the background is medium to dark. There's enough difference in those to make that easy for the text to be read. The next thing is a plain background. When I'm working with clients for branding photography, we have a detailed conversation about which images they're going to be using for social media or for marketing specifically for this reason. It's always much easier to see and understand text when it's on a plain background. Just have a look at the difference between there and even partially over part of an image. That plain background is working well. That's another tick. Whenever you have something selected, so it has the bounding box around it in your design, the options bar gives you possible settings. These options are all about that text that we have selected on our design. And we can see here that the bold option is grayed out. Let's have a look at how this is represented in our list of fonts. So up here we can see this is Julius Sands 1 and there's a little arrow pointing down. That means that there is a drop-down menu underneath there. So I'll click on there. There's no arrow to the left of Julius Sands 1. If we look at Century Gothic Pan Europe and I click on the arrow next to it, you can see that there are light, regular, bold and black versions of this font, but we have chosen one that doesn't have that option. So what do? We go to our options bar, still with that text selected, and click on Effects. This opens the Effects panel, and there's nothing applied at the moment. None is the one that's highlighted. We are going to click on Outline. We are also going to use exactly the same color for the outline as we've used for our text. So click on this square, it will open up your color swatches, and I'm going to select the swatch that I know is the color of that text. And that has given us an outline around the edge of the existing text, but I don't like what's happening up here with the C and the T and the L and the A. Also, it doesn't need to be that bold. This amount here is how much of an outline is applied, and I'm going to bring that right back and choose an amount that I like. And I think at around 16, that's looking clearer on our design. It's definitely thicker than it was before. So that's looking really good. We've now made that bold or bolder. I do have a word of warning though. This is Century Gothic Pan Europe. So if I click on this, we'll remember that from before where we had a look, and this provides you with light, regular, bold and black versions of this font. On the left, I've actually selected bold up at the top in the options bar. On the right, it's not bold, it's a regular thickness font, but I have added an outline effect to it to make it a similar thickness to the bold that's provided. I just wanted to show you that adding an outline doesn't always work perfectly for every letter. So keep an eye out to make sure that the legibility and the design of the font isn't being impacted badly when you add your outline. Enjoy your designing. I'll see you again soon with other simple but handy hints for working in Canva.